Hey, glad you're with us.
Guys, before we start today's video, I just wanted to let you know that we're kicking off our Black Friday sale a little bit early this year. Starting right now, everything is on sale and you can save an additional 10% with code TED. We have a bunch of new designs, but stuff is selling out fast, and once it's gone for the year. On the last two episodes, Nick and myself traveled to Kansas to hunt the first week in November.
We're on the right track. Man, he's pretty big. He's bigger than what I thought he was when I first saw him. Out there looking on telephone poles.
We had some very close calls during that trip that just didn't quite go our way. After hunting for 8 days straight, we decided to head back to Iowa to regroup for a few days and then return to Kansas when the weather was a little bit colder. On November 11th, we packed our bags and headed back west to hunt the cold front that was rolling in. So Nick and I just pulled up to the spot that we've been hunting when we were here last week. There was a guy parked up there, up top, looking down in here. Not sure if he was hunting or what he was doing exactly, but we drove down the road. We ended up spotting a buck down in here by this dried up pond, just a little buck, and turned around and went back up to the top of the hill, and then we climbed up a little fence crossing, and I could see a pretty decent buck down in here where that big one's been hanging out. The last day we were in here, that big buck was down in this bottom in the morning, and then that night he worked his way to this dry pond. He seems to live up there in that drainage. We're just grabbed our stuff and we're slowly working our way through some of these cedars getting up here. We're just probably gonna still hunt our way through this stuff this afternoon. We got about 2 hours of daylight left, so we'll see if we can run into something. But big cold snap like we've been saying, so should be deer up on our feet. We've already seen 2 bucks in here. Feels like it's gonna be pretty good. Psst. Hey, it's like a good day to kill one.
Oh yeah.
Better do a little practice draw. Oh, there's deer. It's a buck. Decent little buck going across there.
That's what I was thinking. Get you a good practice draw in once
It's all dialed in. That'll work. He's up there silhouetted up there. It's a shooter. Still standing there by that cedar.
He's looking this way, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's coming down the hill.
Real nice buck. We might be able to go up on him here in a minute. Another buck down the bottom.
That's a good one too.
I think that might be the one that we saw jump the fence. That one down the bottom. Oh, there's 2 more right here. That's a shooter too right there. There's 3 shooters right here.
That's a doe down there with him, I think.
Yeah. We've been working our way up these cedars, trying to just still hunt our way and run into some deer. And when we got up here to the end where we saw that buck jump the fence last trip, there's 3 mature looking bucks down in here with probably, what have we seen, like 4 does down in there?
I'd say 4 does that we know of.
Yeah. Tons of deer down in here, just chasing each other around like crazy right now. They're on this side of the fence, so they're on public.
4 bucks.
There's another little buck just popped up, huh? This doe over to the right's running up the hill now. Our first day back in Kansas, and we are in the middle of the rut. Middle of a rut fest.
So much of it going on, we can't even get the ball game down there with them.
Nope. Too many dang deer. We keep looking and more deer keep popping up, so if we work our way in there, we're just gonna blow it up probably.
Another one of the shooters is in the ditch. He's easing this way. These gotta be just right down here.
These ones gotta be right here unless they got through down below. We didn't see them. Doe's going to the bottom right there.
Okay.
Another big one coming right at us.
We're gonna have to make a move and get a little lower.
Here's a deer. Another doe, I think.
Just ran right to left.
Welcome to camp, everybody. We just got our tent set up for the first night here. Hopefully it'll be the last night, but we got our stuff set up here. It's colder than heck out here, but I got this tent. I actually got a new tent since the last trip. The last one was blown to pieces pretty much. I got this one for my dad because this was his elk hunting tent, which he's not using this time of year. This thing's 0 degree bag, so it'll be a little warmer than the last one.
Oh, you got a 0 degree bag, do you?
How about you, 20?
I think it was at 20. It's 20 or something. I bought a liner to put in it.
Get them hot hands at least. Keep you warm.
They're warm hands right now. I already lost my good headlamp that I just bought.
What's that?
The one I've had since infantry school in 2015, and I bought it then. And so it's about as bright as an iPhone light. Here we are.
Here we are back in Kansas.
Kansas Camp 2022.
Heck of a lot better start today than last week.
Yeah, way better. And I'm thick, thicky thick.
Nick and I are heading back into where we saw all these bucks last night. It's extremely cold this morning. We rolled out of our tents and hustled over here, and the car didn't warm up one bit. We're like ice cubes right now. I'm about to climb up on this hill over here, see if we can get eyes on these bucks again. There's a bunch of deer having a little rut frenzy back here last night. Bringing a decoy just in case if we want it. I don't think we're gonna set it up right away just because it's gonna be pretty tricky with how many deer there are in here, and we don't know exactly where they're gonna be at. We're gonna take it just in case we want it later in the morning and get in there and see if we can get a shot at one of these things. Oh, here's another one. Decent buck. Shooter buck.
Shooter buck and a doe just popped up down here. Here he comes. Yeah.
That buck just came in and he got down that bottom, and I rattled and grunted at him a bunch, but he kept acting like he was gonna come over here, but he circled and started getting downwind of us. And his doe just kept on going down through the bottom. That was kind of the dilemma this morning, is where to set up, because we didn't know where they were gonna be at this morning. It's like straight up 9 o'clock, and they came right down that drainage, and they got too far down the drainage before they turned to come this way, got downwind of us. So he took off and went clear across the road over there, and his doe kept going down through the bottom. That's what we were hoping would happen, is have a buck come through here at some point and see the decoy, but got downwind of us. So we'll regroup and try again.
Oh yeah. Oh
Well, Mr. Son of a Mechanic,
yeah.
it's your time to shine.
Yeah. I guess we'll call old Dana and tell him what's happening and see what he
He's
says.
gonna be like,
When in doubt, call Pop. Pop,
What's up?
what are you doing?
Yes, I'm just driving Daddy around.
Oh, y'all just driving around?
He just said, hey, Nick.
Tell him I says hey back.
I hear the beep on the Honda.
Yeah, the heat gauge is maxed out and the car was smoking a little bit. About 15 minutes ago, we pulled up to a stop and we were glassing into an area and it just stopped running.
Okay, that's not good. Here's what you're gonna need to do. You need to sit there until the temperature gauge pulls completely down. And then it's probably busted a hose or busted a radiator or something like that. That's probably what's happened, so it's run out of coolant. So hopefully it didn't get too hot and do damage to the motor.
It sounds like a diesel truck right now.
Just take the radiator cap off
Uh-huh.
and see if there's any fluid in there at all.
Okay.
Any water or anything. There's probably not gonna be. So what you're gonna need to try to do after it cools down, you don't wanna do it when the motor's hot. So you wanna wait 30, 45 minutes.
Uh-huh.
If there's not any in there, if you've got any water, you need to pour some in there and try to crank it again and try to get somewhere.
Right on. Well, that's what we'll do. We're gonna hang out here for the next 30, 40 minutes then.
Okay, all right. Holler back at me.
All right, bye. That was Pop.
Made her 6 hours out and then not even half the day today.
Right on.
Just like that, Dana got us back on the road.
We're back rolling.
Thanks, Mr. Andrews.
Right on.
I figured you were gonna turn it and say something.
Talked to my dad on the phone. He got us lined out. We let her cool down a bit and got some water in the radiator, and now we're gonna limp her on back to the closest town. We're rocking and rolling. Bag secured. I am not gonna freeze no more.
Find some good walls.
I'm not lightless or sockless.
There you go.
Dickies,
Oh.
2 pair.
Them are them good ones.
Oh, my feet are gonna sweat so bad, they're still gonna freeze because it'll be sweating so bad. That, hey,
All right.
fingerless mittens.
Come on.
A new headlamp.
Look at that thing.
It's got a removable light in there.
That's Cadillac. That's what that
Oh
is.
yeah, and I bought some more hand warmers because you
Yeah.
can't have too many of them. I mean, it's only $1.99 a pop. I mean, when you're made of money, you can really just kinda
Right.
do it all.
Yep.
Yep. Half right there. There's another 2 does down there.
See a shooter?
He's 10 on one side. I'd say it's just as big as the other one, just has one side. I'd say we kill him.
You want to kill that one, Nick?
Yeah, let's kill him.
We might have a chance. I'm gonna have to review the footage.
I think I'd shoot him.
I mean, the way the day's going.
I mean, let's take what we can get.
Exactly.
Just hiked back into where we ended up this morning. We're up here on top of this hill looking down into the drainage. Over here is where we saw all that action last night and eventually worked their way down through this stuff. This morning, that big buck and doe came out of that drainage there. They worked right along that other side. So we decided to ditch the decoy and get up here where we can see all these drainages. We got enough wind cover to be able to move on something if we see one coming down one of these drainages. We'll be able to either slip down through these cedars and shoot them as they're coming down this edge, or if they did like those ones this morning did, we'd be able to back off this hill and make a big loop and get down there towards that dry pond. About 2 hours till dark. We'll see if we can get eyes on one and make a move on it. He's looking back up into him. I still can only see that one. You can see the one to the left, Jess? Yeah, out in the middle. Okay, the other one's like, he's behind them cedars for you. Oh, okay. He's starting to bristle up towards this other one and walk towards him. He's gonna pop out to the left of those cedars for you in a second. He's blown up big time. Huge. That other one don't want none. Oh, no. He's like, I'm good. One of them's running flag up. Yeah, both running now. He's walking out. We just had 2 bucks coming out of 2 different drainages right here, and they were meeting up right here below us. Looked like they were about to go at it. They were all bristled up to each other. All of a sudden they started looking back up the drainage towards the road, and they looked over there for probably 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden they both took off running back up into where they all showed up last night. And sure enough, today's opening day of pheasant season. Bird dog came running up through there, and then the guy came up right after him. So I whistled at him and waved at him, and he stopped on a dime pretty much and called his dog back, and they started walking out of here. So thanks to that guy a lot. Since he walked right up the gut here, we're gonna start scooting over that way, just kind of write this stuff off over here and dive into where they all showed up last night, see if they do it again. Just saw a doe way up top walking to the left.
Tire trouble.
car was overheating anyways. We were going to have to pull over, let it cool down regardless. Might as well be overlooking this stud of a Kansas whitetail deer.
Been having car troubles all morning. Flat tire this morning. Car's been overheating pretty much every time we get going down the road, so we're trying to get the sucker to town so we can have somebody look at it. And on our way, we spotted a couple bucks down here on the public. There's 2 bucks down in here. They're right on the fence line. One was on private and one was on public. We stopped up here on the road and they didn't seem too concerned with us, so we whipped her down to this boat ramp and started walking the edge. Let's just beach in right quick. We're making our way around to them. Pretty sure they're still there. I don't think we can see them from the ramp because there's a little ridge here between us and them. But there's a bunch of deer tracks on this beach right here as we're walking along, so we're gonna get across here and see if we can catch back up to them.
Oh yeah, I see them both. Looks like they're both on public now.
Yeah, looks like it.
They're both just raking trees.
Are they? I'll probably shoot either one of them, I think.
One's raking on the right side, one's scraping on the left. That's pretty cool.
Good cover right here with the willow trees. All right. Oh no. Shoot him again. Oh, hang on. Look, he's down.
He's down
right there.
No way.
Hold on. I think he's down. I see his rack. I see his rack right there. Hold on. I think he's down. I'm knocking. We might have to shoot him again. Why am I knocking? I'm telling you. Oh my God.
You must hit hard. Did you see all that?
Dude, I know.
Dude, they're sure here. They hit him in a femoral.
Oh my God. He's down, dude.
We're done, baby. We're done. Dude, that is a freaking tank. He was like 6 yards away.
Are you kidding me?
Dude, no freaking way.
Are you kidding me? Man. Look at that freaking deer, dude.
Yes, baby. Yes! Hey, dude. Flat tire, put the donut on it this morning. Car won't go more than 100 yards without overheating. We're tagged out in Kansas, baby. No.
There's a freaking awesome deer too. Spotted him from the road and just came down in here. The wind's been perfect, blowing out of the south pretty dang hard.
Dude, that smaller buck was like,
Oh, I know.
so
I thought it
close.
was over right there. But then he turned and looked back.
When he
at this
turned, I heard
and
that one
got
walking,
drawn.
and
Yeah, I could hear him walking
I
too.
peeked up and I seen him. I was like, Dad, he's right here.
Right here. And they drawn, and I got stood up like this, and I freaking shot him.
Dude, what a deal.
Are you freaking kidding me?
What a freaking deal.
Yeah, boy. It's taking us a while. This is perfect because we needed this.
We needed it.
We got some cars to fix. Yeah, boy.
Have yourself a day. What'd you think about that?
We started the day literally inching along in the car. The car is overheating. We've been talking to Nick's dad like a bunch of times now because my car is just old and I don't take care of it properly, especially this time of year. We went to town yesterday, got coolant in it, changed oil, all that. Came out this morning and temperature gauge just spiked. And we can make it like 3 miles at a time. So we gotta just stop and pull over and let it cool down, and that's what we were doing. We were coming this way, which we usually don't come this way to go to our other spot, but we were coming this way and just looking down in here, and Nick looked over and he's like, there's a deer. So we glassed, and sure enough, it was this one and that other small buck down in here. We spotted a good number of deer from the road the last couple days.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, it would have been, ideally we could have been just driving all over the place, but the car wasn't allowing for it. We ended up right here.
Let's go.
That's what we were talking about yesterday. It's like, we're finally gonna have some good wind, just like blowing at a decent clip. And that's what we had today. We didn't expect to be here hunting this deer, but
That big body joker right there.
we'll take it. We'll take it. Absolutely, we'll take it.
Boy, that was a wild ride. We'll have to see if we can find that second arrow that you launched
Yeah, I
when he was
launched at
bucket.
I shot, and he was, I think he turned like this when I shot. It's just,
I mean, you can't
completely
predict
not
that.
even
I mean, he was
close.
out there bucking like he was at the NFR, just going round and round. He was on 12 seconds.
What a freaking deal, dude.
That was awesome.
That was freaking awesome. I love that. It's just a freaking rodeo.
Yeah, and 100 mallards sitting right here in the cove with us when we come walking up. And they
I
just,
saw them all take off. I'm like, oh, I bet
they
Nick's
just bumped
noticing
over to
that.
the cove around the point. I mean, that thing's stacked. We're tagged out, baby.
We're tagged. Ow! Heck of a freaking deer, too.
Oh, dude. Yes. Just a stud. I had no idea he was a 10-point. I thought he was a big 8.
I didn't know what the hell he was, to be honest. I just
wanted him to
was
be
like,
dead.
He's big enough. Oh, we're gonna shoot it.
I just wanted him to be dead.
Alright, I gotta take a picture of it. Upload a photograph of the entire carcass immediately following the kill and before moving the carcass. Alright, done that. Yep. Alright, we just got back to the car. Got a sack full of meat here. Got everything back in the car, so we're gonna try and get it back to our camping spot from last night. See if we can get everything loaded up before this thing overheats. We got a hotel room and a tow coming.
And the pizza's gonna be hot at the pizzeria. I'm fired up. I've been thinking about that pizza all day.
We gotta go get our tents down before they blow to the next county.
Mine is about to snap into 2 pieces.
Yeah, yours is in rough shape. Mine seems to be standing pretty strong so far.
Yeah, yours must be better than mine.
Well, let's go pack up.
I guess.
We got more stuff to get in this car.
We're gonna organize. Get your brooms, cause it's a mess. Meat on ice.
Yeah, what?
We got that meat on ice. It's right back there.
We're back at the hotel room. Got this meat in here, cooling down in the tub of the hotel room. We got, it's all in these elk game bags, covered up in ice right there. Good day.
That's a wrap, Kansas. We're tagged out. We got car troubles, but we're tagged out. We're here till we're fixed. But for now, the Cowboys are winning, and that's all that matters. So we'll see you on the next one.